Hello, everybody. My name is Todd, and I welcome you here to our CINCILINGUA membership program. I thank you all for being members of our program. As many of you know, CINCILINGUA is a language institute, and we are located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is located in the Midwestern region of the United States of America. And today in this lesson video, we are going to look at some business vocabulary, and we are going to look specifically at some idioms that are used in business. Okay, so this is going to be part one, lesson one of part one of a series on idioms for business English. Okay, and we're going to move right into our first idiom, and that idiom is at a premium, at a premium. And the meaning of this idiom is at a high price, or at a relatively high price, at a relatively high price. Okay, and we have an example sentence here. When digital cameras first came out, they were selling at a premium. When digital cameras first came out, they were selling at a premium. They were selling at a pretty high price, at a high price. Okay, and now we're gonna move on here to a couple of idioms actually that are synonyms, really. And we have one I think is an interesting one: back of the envelope calculation, back of the envelope calculation, and the other the ballpark figure, ballpark figure. And the meaning here of these idioms is refers to quick calculations, fast calculations, estimates using approximate numbers instead of exact numbers, estimates using approximate numbers instead of exact numbers. So we could also say a rough figure or a rough calculation. Okay, approximate. Example here. I don't need the exact numbers right now. Just give me the back of the envelope calculations. I don't need the exact numbers right now. Just give me the back of the envelope calculations. Okay, just give me the approximations. Just give me the rough estimates. Okay. And our second example, I don't need to know the exact cost of the supplies right now, but could you give me a ballpark figure? I don't need to know the exact cost of the supplies right now, but could you give me a ballpark figure? Could you give me an approximation? Could you give me a rough estimate? That's the idea. Okay. At a back of the envelope calculation, ballpark figure. And we're moving on here to belt tightening, belt tightening. This expression or this idiom refers to reduction of expenses, reduction of expenses. Okay, so we have an example. When worldwide demand for software decreased, Microsoft had to do some belt tightening. When worldwide demand for software decreased, Microsoft had to do some belt tightening. They had to tighten their belts. They had to reduce their expenses. They had to tighten their budget is another way of thinking about it. Okay, so belt tightening. All right, now we have a couple of or two synonymous idioms here. We could say a big win, or we could say a big hit, a big hit. So the meaning of both of these is the same. They both mean a huge success, or a successful product, And we have an example. The Solar Solutions Company spent millions on research and development, hoping that their new solar panels would be a big win. Or the Solar Solutions Company spent millions on research and development, hoping that their new solar panels would be a big hit, big win, a big success, a big hit, a largely successful product. Okay, that's the idea. Big win, a big hit. You could say something like a big sensation, It would also be an expression you could use there. Okay, and now we have this rather interesting expression here, to bite the bullet, And this means to make a difficult or painful decision, to take a difficult step. Okay. Example, when tourism was at an all-time low, U.S. hotels had to bite the bullet and reduce their number of employees. When tourism was at an all-time low, U.S. hotels had to bite the bullet and reduce their number of employees. So, this was a difficult decision. It was a painful decision for the hotel industry, but they had to bite that bullet and proceed with the difficult action and reduce the number of employees. We say lay off the number of employees. Okay. So a difficult, painful decision is bite the bullet. And now we move on to another interesting expression here. Bitter pill to swallow. A bitter pill to swallow refers to bad news, something unpleasant to accept, something very unpleasant. It's bitter. That puts a bad taste in my mouth. Ugh. It's like biting on an aspirin. Ugh. Okay, so an example here. After Melissa spent her whole summer working as a temporary employee in the graphics department at Xavier University, failing to get a full-time job offer from the company was a bitter pill to swallow. After Melissa spent her whole summer working as a temporary employee in the graphics department at Xavier University, failing to get a full-time job offer from the company was a bitter pill to swallow. Ugh, that was hard. It was hard to swallow that pill. It is very unpleasant, difficult situation. All right, so we have, in this lesson video, we have looked at 6 business idioms here, and we started with this idiom at a premium. At a premium meaning at a high price, or at a relatively high price. And then we looked at this interesting expression, actually 2 interesting expressions, meaning the same thing. Back of the envelope calculations, and ballpark figure. Both of these idioms refer to an approximation, or to what I said, a rough estimate, an estimation, not an exact quantity, or not an exact amount, just an approximation. So I don't know the exact amount, but I think a ballpark figure would be in the area of $10,000, for example. Okay. And then we looked at this idiom belt tightening. Belt tightening refers to reducing the budget or reducing the expenses. A reduction in expenses is belt tightening. So if you have some kind of an economic crisis, you will have to do some belt tightening. You'll have to lower or reduce the expenses. And then we looked at two synonymous idioms here: big win, big hit. Big win, big hit. I said you could say big sensation, but these refer to a big success. Big success. The iPad was a big win when it first came out. It was a big hit when it came out. Okay. To bite the bullet. To bite the bullet means to, this interesting expression means to take or make a difficult decision. There's something very difficult that you have to, there's a difficult action that you have to take, and but you have to do it, and you have to just bite the bullet. You have to do it, and you have to just go through with making that decision. Okay, it's a difficult decision, and the result is you have to do it. All right, and then we have this bitter pill to swallow. Bitter pill to swallow refers to something that is just unpleasant. It's unpleasant. Bitter refers to a taste like if you bite into an aspirin. That is a bitter taste. So if something very unpleasant happens to you, it's not what you expected, that's a bitter pill to swallow. If you have practiced very, very hard for a tennis match and you expected to win, and everybody expected you to win this tennis match, but then in the midst of or during the match you injured your ankle, for example, that is a bitter pill to swallow. A bitter pill to swallow. All right, well, we're going to wrap this lesson video up now, but before we do so, I just want to wish you all a wonderful remainder of your day. I want to thank you again for being memberships of our membership program here, and I just want to express my appreciation for your attention and for your attendance, and I'm going to sign off now from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the very near future. Thank you again. Bye-bye.